Hey y'all, back again, another night in more Factory Town. Seems like there's an update that, one neat thing I noticed about it is farms, foresters, and mines no longer default to automatically manage recipes, which is very nice because then I shouldn't have things doing things I don't want them to do as frequently. But I'll jump right back in, if my game doesn't crash, there we go. And hopefully now I can actually endeavor to build my metal conveyor belts that I have been neglecting for so long. I may filter this barn as well. I don't know why I'm filtering output instead of filtering input, which would make life easier. Okay. Gears. So, I need a lot of iron. I need 4 plates times 3. And I also need 5 for all of my gear shops. So in total, I need, in 4-second time span, which is how long it takes to produce a plate, to be fair, I need 17. Holy shit. That's a lot. That is a lot. Oh. I'm selling them right now, but like I'm hitting my capacity for like resources that, to be fair, I guess I'm selling all these wagon wheels and that's part of it. Once I get that whole line, that's not gonna change the fact that I have way more wagon wheels than I need. It is going to impact the rate at which they can be consumed though. Because they both satisfy the gadgets category. And currently they both sell for regular gold. How much does a metal conveyor? It sells for 10 blue coins and it fulfills all of their need. Okay. I guess the question is, do I downsize this setup now? How many do I actually need to fulfill this? So it takes 4 seconds to produce one, it takes 2 wagon wheels. 1 wagon wheel, or 1 workshop, okay, so that's where the issue is that I can only produce that amount in 5 seconds, so I have to add an extra workshop to the mix, which just clogs everything. And the reason this line is so backed up is because I am exceeding the rate that things can be consumed. Okay. Alright, I guess to be fair, once my town is upgraded, that won't be as much of an issue. That's something to consider, but building my base is a bit of ways off, because I need purple coins to unlock this. Okay. I mean, alternatively, I could just stop selling the wagon wheels, but I guess I'll wait until I have this infrastructure set up to do that. Hello, Marmy. How do I want to go about providing all of that iron? In reality, do I even... I can probably scale this back. I'm running at a consistent 400% efficiency. So I'm trying to build these many items in 1 second, or my effective rate will be 1 second per item, which is probably more than I need. Not sure. I guess I'll stick with this system. I wish there was like a graph that would show you your economy over time, or at least like your income and outcome, so I could kind of get a better grasp at how much resources or how many red coins I have coming in versus how many I have going out. So because honestly I doubt I have a feasible economy set up to allow me to harvest that much iron. Like I feel like I'll probably end up wrecking everything if I try to do that much. So then I would need to scale this back. It's just a question of how far back do I scale it. But no matter what, I'll be producing too many cloth conveyors that way, unless I scale this back by disabling one of the workshops. Then what? I can disable the workshop, and if I do that, then my effective rate on this won't really be impacted much. It'll go down to 1 every 5 seconds. These, so these are on a 12-second timer. I only need 1 cloth conveyor to make them. I cut this down to 1. Then, how many of these do I need? I could run this entire setup with only 1 workshop producing wagon wheels if I cut it down to 1/3. I think that's the route to go, because then I'll still be producing them at lightning speed. It just won't be as ridiculous, but more importantly, it won't cost as much. Okay, so let me shut down these two. At some point I'll delete this infrastructure, but today is not that day. I will, however, delete a lot of this infrastructure. So I'll still need 2 machine shops producing gears. And then do I want to center these a bit better? So I have this directly above it, probably. Okay. And let me start mostly fresh. So delete the barn. I probably don't need that level of throughput. Get all the scaffold and the conveyors. So that is something I need to take in consideration as I move forward, is that I have enough happiness that I don't need to go balls to the wall with all of my setup. Clear this scaffold. Okay, now on this front too, I could, yeah, let me have it go this direction for now, and it will feed straight into my machine shop, and then I can have my 2 machine shops that produce the gears up on this level. Buildings, machine shop, and then I can have the forges underneath. I guess I can't have them face, can't have it face that direction. How do I want to do this? Because the better I place the machine shops now, the easier life will be later. Rail tiles. Not rail tiles. Metal conveyor belt. Now let's put a grabber here. Okay, so if I put machine shop here, and I'll just have both of them go this way, and I'll just have 1 line above and 1 line below, so there aren't any competing lines that could potentially clog and reduce overall efficacy later down the line. Should have put my conveyors down first if I wanted to do it this way. I guess it doesn't matter because I don't have to use grabbers on the 1. Okay. Grabber. Boom. Make a gear. You make a gear. And we'll keep this base here because that'll still be a reference. So I've cut this down to 1/3. My reference point at this at this juncture is 12 seconds. In reality, it's only going to take 3 seconds because of my happiness level in my town. So then in reality, I need to fulfill 6 iron in 12 seconds, which is not nearly as bad. But this platform is not large enough to fit 6 things on it. So how do I want to go about fixing that? I guess if I raise it up one more level, what I can do then is put one forge. Oh no, that's not going to work. Guess so. My input into these needs to be like here. So let me build the input into these first, because I'll end up building over top of it with the output from the metal conveyor machine shop. Okay. 1, 2. Can't really click on that block. It goes there, and I like that. Okay. Put that there. Do the same thing right here. So I can actually reach this one, which is nice. So, build some silos to get it up to that level, and some grabbers to grab from the silos. Then forges. Put 2 forges underneath here. These forges will be dedicated to just supplying my gear shops. They'll make iron plates. What I might want to end up doing then is, if I build my forges here, still use that farm setup from before to transfer all of the resources to this machine shop. And it seems like you can pipe in from such a higher height because of the shape of these, but in reality you can't, and I have to remember that. Get the conveyors pulling resources out of these. Oh, that's not where I need that to be. It needs to be down here, and also facing the other direction. Okay, grab that. Alright, perfect. So, these need coal and iron feeding into them. And I need 4 more forges. Yes. No. I don't need as many forges as I think I do, because it only takes 4 seconds to produce a plate, and as long as I'm piping the plates out fast enough, then technically I can produce 3 plates in the amount of time that the machine shop needs plates. So these forges are theoretically enough to supply the entire system. That's crazy to think. Just have to be efficient about how I move the resources. They can never back up, or else everyone dies. I guess in that case it's probably for the best that I have multiple outputs that all feed into their required destinations. But then I should definitely build a barn off the front to gather and pipe it into this machine shop. Let's see. I want my barn to be like flush with that, in a position where it can be reached easily. So probably on this level. Delete some more trees again so I can see what the hell I'm doing. 2. We're running into the land. Hopefully it'll let me place it there, otherwise I'll have to modify things a little bit. Okay, it's all good. I think I can put that there without bumping into anything. And then get 1 conveyor here, put a grabber, and we're all good on that front. I let this run a little bit so it does get backed up. It should actually solve the problem of preventing things from backing up, because then the lines should be full. And actually getting the resources into the barn is not going to be that difficult either, because one of these I can feed directly from the forge into the barn, which is a lifesaver. No, that's the wrong direction. Okay, so that'll feed there, and then the other one can have its own line. So there will be no fighting. Everyone will be happy, hunky-dory. Okay. Real issue instead is going to be making sure that the forges are supplied consistently. So, I will need mines for that. And I have iron right here on the hill, so I'll probably want to draw from that. I know one mine can mine 4 iron, or 1 iron in 4 seconds. My demand is higher than that. My demand is 6. Now, what is my demand? My demand is higher than that even. I can produce 6 plates in 12 seconds, but that requires 12 iron, so I need 12 iron. But divide that by 3, because that's how many... Okay, so 4. Need 4 mines? Yes, that makes sense. 4 mines collecting coal, and then... Sorry, 4 mines collecting iron, and then 1 mine collecting coal, because coal is 4 times as valuable, I think. I mean, I know. It's just, mentally, alright, they use the same number of resources, so yeah, it'll work out. Okay, so I need 4 mines, and I need them laid out in a way where they are going to be efficient. I'll have my receptacle barn. Ooh, this is a tough one. Probably right here. And I will have the output on the ground. Or I guess 1 level up, so the input will need to be at the maximum height. And the reason for that is so that I can feed into these, each from their own line. You know, need to change the ground. It's not going to work that way. Tools. Block down. Okay. So, is that going to be an issue? No, that should be fine. Although I can't see what I'm doing, so I guess it's an issue temporarily. Oops. Hopefully, a single... that's a single system line. Ooh, that could cause problems. I feel like I need to have more input. Well, for the coal, maybe not. But for the iron itself, I might need to have 2 lines going in to keep the forges fully stocked. Which means I need to be able to have 2 layers of belts going into it at all times. So, how do I resolve this issue? I guess one solution is to input into this barn from a higher level, using a silo to raise it to that point. That way I have 2 levels of access to this and 2 levels of access to this. I need a silo to transfer that height. And I'll need to make sure that it is rotated in a direction where it's not going to accidentally input into anything. And it also needs to be on a scaffold that things can travel through. So let me get this set up so that there are multiple lines. And I can't reasonably have turns like this either. This one, it's kind of unavoidable, but it should be okay. This one, I need scaffolds for everything. Do I want separate barns for my resources? Probably. I'll make this one the iron. And then I'll make the other one coal. Not iron plates, just iron. Iron ore. What is this filtered to? This should be filtered to iron plates. Okay. Okay, so silos to make these corners go better. And that shouldn't impact anything. It should still, everything should still fit. I do have a problem here because this cannot. How do I solve this problem? This is how I solve this problem. Because of these silos, I can lower this by 1 and then raise it before it actually goes into the building. Okay. Well, I have to lower the terrain again, but it'll work eventually. Good night, Marmee. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the sniffles. Use a chute here. Build the level above it. Do that. That there. This can stay up on this level, that'll be fine. I should probably specify on these outputs what I want being pulled. So in this case, these ones will be my iron ore side. I don't think I can click on the one that's in there. Okay, iron ore. Iron ore. Okay, and one in here. It's hard to reach. Build a scaffold above it. Put a grabber. Alright, so this line's good to go. This line is good to go. And this other line is almost good to go. Alright. So we have all of the lines feeding out of iron ore, and now we need to actually supply that iron ore from 4 mines. So I need to design this in a way to get 4 mines input into it without any jams. Guess I can put that there and then shouldn't have any problems, but probably need to feed in from the side. Like this, I can have maybe 2 lines feeding into the front right here, and then 1 line. Well, no, because I'm going to need 2 lines out of all of my mines also. So I need 8 lines hooking up into this. So yeah, 1 mine here, and then 3 mines on each side, probably. And let me flatten the terrain around this. This is going to be weird. I have not flattened this much terrain before. Oh yeah, look at that, just carving it out. Beautiful. Okay, so I have flattened more than I wanted to, but I can have mines on either side. I guess I realistically only want 1 mine on this side because only 1 will be feeding into this spot, and I'll need it kind of like right here, so I'll actually have to raise terrain for this one. The other 3 mines can all go right here. How do I want to figure out their output as well? I might want to stagger them, so like 1 here, and then 1 back 1 space. And then the last one back another set of spaces, and that way they'll all be able to kind of flow down the hill. Okay. And at some point, after I've placed my mines, I can artificially make my terrain not look as terrible again. Okay. Tools. Flatten up. So, need this platform. No, buildings. 1 mine. It goes this way. And then 1, 2, 3. All of them will be set to iron. Okay. So that's enough Did I do my... Okay, no. I think that's correct. I'm like, did I do my math wrong again? Based on the height of this one, I might not actually be able to use I might have to use, silos to get it down. Oh, but that's not gonna work because it's... Okay. I might... Alright, we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Because I'm realizing because I'm using chutes, kind of limited on how steep my setup can be. Okay, that is a problem. How far back do I need to push this? Probably a few blocks at least. I can't put it above anything, it has to be on terrain. Alternatively, I can put the mine like here, and then have its output feed this direction. Or I might be able to lower the terrain that the mine is on. Let's try that. Oh, it's gonna be mad at me because there's scaffold in the ground. 2, 3. Is that level? That is. Okay. I guess it could be 1 block higher, actually. Okay, now that's the flatten point. Do this. Okay. Place the mine back down, place my ramps back. Set it to iron ore, and now I can build a chute that goes like this, with a grabber that connects to it. I'll need to filter it, so I shouldn't. Now I have to kind of build the scaffold above it. The problem with that is that it's a little wonky, because you're not really supposed to do it like this, but I'm gonna. So you kind of have to layer it. You can't just do it all at once. You gotta do like this. There we go. Alright. That's the wrong kind of scaffold. That will completely jam the system. Okay, so that's one mine hooked up. Now the other ones. These will be more tricky. So I'll probably want a silo to catch it, or alternatively just another barn, I guess. But I need it to be level with the current barn. Terrain flattened down to have it flat to this point. Guess it doesn't have to be level either. I could have a little bit of fun and make this ramped as well. But then I'm artificially raising the land here, and it's like, it looks kind of dumb, but I'm gonna do it. I guess the ground doesn't have to be perfectly flat, and that's the part I'm forgetting. Alright. Just build my scaffold down so I can place the barn. Filter it to iron ore. And this way it'll be more fun. Okay. God damn it. I'll place the scaffold down. And then we'll have 6 layers flying out of this, the same way that we built that last one. Except can make the scaffold a bit more easily. We'll just get to see waves and waves of resources, my favorite. Okay. Whoops. Okay, now this one. Can I get this to place on that middle one? Probably not without deleting the ramp above it. Okay. beautiful, majestic barn. Alright, so now we need to feed out of each of these. The train in front of them needs to be flat, but they're probably going to be mad at me about... Okay, no, it did actually work. Do I probably want to lower it by 1 block. Train block down. I think this should be good. Yeah. Okay, let's roll. Okay. The game will auto-place the chutes, and that'll kind of give us our baseline. I guess for just to make it look nice, I'll match this setup here, even though it doesn't need to be matched. But I want it to be, so that they'll all be the same level. Okay, place the grabbers, then build the second layer. So on all of the flat bits, we'll place this type of scaffold, the little like posts, and then we can place all of the arches above it. And then we'll also have what we need to begin the downward ramps. Should build from both directions? Yeah. Okay. And scaffold. Alright, I'm just gonna unpause it for a sec so I can watch and see what happens. I'm not entirely confident they need these many, but I want to be sure that I'm not limited by my IO. Okay, so I am... This barn is filling it out faster than it's pumping it out. Why? Because my things are full immediately. That would be a good reason why. It does look very nice though, I have to say. I like what I did here. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Everything's working, or seems to be working. Let's pause this to make sure the top one works. Top one works. It is all good. And now this is full, so this will fill up, and this will fill up. And then we'll have a nice backlog too, so I can fix this mountain a little bit. Okay. Just kind of be a little creative with it, I guess, and try and make it look a little more natural than it does currently. Because after all, it is a mountain. That I just undid all my progress right there. Honestly, it's not letting me do it either unless I like click on the right spot. Well, it's better than it was. There's still just this. Oh my gosh, whatever. Okay, and now I need coal. Coal is not as obnoxious to set up. I'll still probably want a barn for it, but I'll only need 1 mine. So, where do I want to build that mine? Honestly, I could put it right here and have it feed over these stones. Put the barn for it right here, so people keep walking back and forth. How do I want to do this? Coal can be reached from a lot of places, so it's not the biggest deal how I get it set up. Yeah. Still want 2 lines feeding in just so it's expandable. Yeah, I think I will just put the mine right here, so I'll flatten this out. And down. On the same level as these guys. Will that work, or is it going to get mad at me? That'll work. That's actually lower than the other one, so well. Okay, so set it to coal. And I'll kind of have to go over these rocks, but that won't be a problem. How do I want to... What level do I want to put this on? Because I can put the barn. Honestly, I might be able to get away with a silo, I think. No, I want 2 silos at least, so that I have one for each forge. But at that point, it's like, do you just go and make a barn? I don't know. I'll use the silo method, and I guess I'll set it up in a way so that it doesn't prevent my workers from moving. Probably make this like the base of the ramp, so this will be my reference point for my scaffold. For now, I'll just build it ugly like this, so that my peeps aren't getting blocked. I guess I don't have to make it quite so bad. I can at least kind of build a facade and put one side, make it look nice. Is here. Alright. So that will do, I think. Can I build this here, or is it gonna get blocked by my dude? I think it's gonna get blocked, so I'm not gonna try. Put that there and there. Silos. 1 silo, 2 silo. And chutes. 1 chute, 2 chute. One of these is technically the output from this, so I don't need a grabber, but I'm going to put one anyway. And now the second layer. Those there, that's here, whoops. Okay. Next layer of chutes. And the grabbers. Okay, now these can feed directly into their respective forges. Just have to make sure I've got my lines set up correctly. Oh. These can only be 1 line, because of the way I've set up this. This should be fine. I mean, coal's worth 4 times the value, whatever. It'll work. Okay, so I guess I'll keep it flat until I need to move it. And I can keep it in line with this. Can I even see where I need to put the other one? I think it's right here, yeah? Pretty sure. I'm gonna put the chute before I put the silo, because I don't think I'd be able to otherwise. Alright. Let's make this all stone, I guess. Okay, so... needs to be scaffolding. And it'll ramp up from there. I can do this, and then build all of my archway scaffolding, so all this can be walked under. Let my people roam free. And now I guess I'll put a buffer silo right here just in case. Hopefully make things run a little more smoothly. Oh, okay. That's there. Now when I unpause it, hopefully it should start working. So it's going to take a second. I'm going to want to let everything kind of back up first because there's going to be a matter of priority where it's going to prioritize one over the other. And until the system's full, that could create problems. So seed gear is being made, which is good. The inventory for the one machine is filling up, which is also important to note. Because all of these are feeding from the same system, so if I'm not... Actually, I didn't finish setting this up. I was gonna have a hard time otherwise. Okay, so now I could potentially get stuff out of here. But I kind of have to wait till... No, what's happening? So I have to wait till this silo is full, and then finally I'll be able to pull into this silo, which pulls into the barn, which pulls into here. So it's gonna be a little backed up. This is getting full. Okay, I guess what do I want to do in the meantime? All of this is empty, so I do need to build the output on this. I'll delete this grabber, so right now this system's gonna back up, but that's fine. So, what do I want to do? I pull from here and just go down with the silo and then utilize the same infrastructure, probably. Seems like a good route to me. Okay. But then... Okay, so I can delete this. I want an infrastructure that is nice and beautiful. How do I want to do my nice and beautiful infrastructure? So I've got these barns right here hold a bunch of cloth conveyors, but pretty soon we're going to start seeing the upgrades. I need a pusher at least. I think I'll build a couple more barns that will daisy chain off of this, but for now I'll just build a pusher. Whoops. Logistics blocks, pusher. Oh, alright, so one of them's already gone through. It's escaping. It's gonna go get sold to the town. We're gonna actually see a happiness drop, probably, because I'm going to not be fulfilling the category for a short period of time. By a short period of time, I mean a long period of time. Shit. I guess yeah. Until this system is fully up and running, I probably need to... I'll filter here, and this is what I can do. And filter this to only be metal conveyor belts, and then I'll siphon off any metal conveyor belts that get pulled, but then I don't have to worry about accidentally catching my cloth conveyors. And let me chain a couple of barns together so that it's easier for me to build later down the line. Okay, so there's a barn. I guess that's space for 2 barns. And that'll be fine. Okay, so now we'll have more shared inventory for metal conveyors, which will make life easier. I'll be able to build more without having to wait for this system. While I'm thinking about it, I'll upgrade this, although I'm not sure I'll ever really get to a point where I push through that many cloth conveyors that I'm having issues with restocking. I don't really build that quickly, but it's good future-proofing. Okay, so how's this doing? This is filled. This is starting to be filled, which means we should be running on all cylinders. But I'm not meeting demand, so why am I not meeting demand? What's the problem? These are full. Am I not producing the amount I need to be producing? And if that's the case, why am I not producing that much? Is there anywhere where I can actually click on my forge? I am producing... This should be producing 6. But it isn't. Not fast enough. So let's see. This produces 3 in 12 seconds. So the other one does as well. The machine shop takes 1, and that one takes 1. So that's 4 left over that should be used to upgrade this. Why am I not... They're not even hanging... They're not, like, getting backed up anywhere. Am I not pulling from the 1? All of its inventory is empty. What's happening? I mean, the next solution, I guess, is to add another forge, but I shouldn't need to. Like, mathematically, I don't know what's happening. That's causing me to not meet my demand. Why are these not producing them at full efficiency? This is at like 1 second. Unless it's like there's a rounding issue going on here, maybe? It's fully stocked consistently. Okay, well, if I build another forge, where do I put it? That's another issue with scaling up the system, is that I didn't design the system to be scaled. Okay, so now this is backing up. That's interesting to note. But I'm still not pulling enough. So right now I guess it's an output issue where these... Okay, so now we should, as long as the demand is being met, we should output fast enough. Okay, I think it's working now. I think I just needed to have a second output from here. But I guess we'll keep an eye on this. And the good thing about this is that we'll still be selling some excess from here, but we should always have enough in here. So like exactly the right amount, which I mean, to be fair, mathematically that's what it should be. Okay. Just have to keep an eye and make sure that this isn't falling apart. Look at this. Because I don't think I have any that are being sold, which is kind of the point, but also, like, I don't know. Not meeting my gadget demand anymore, but that's because I am building all of this. Is there any fluctuation on this? Did I, like, wildly overdo it on these? Oh yeah, and these are producing at a higher rate than they will be naturally down the line, because until these deposits are depleted, they get a speed boost, so I forgot about that. So this improved rate is artificial. Like, if we look at these coal silos, I'm basically just meeting coal demand, which is, to be fair, because that's the math that I did. As long as you're pulling enough items, that should be where we're at. Like, we shouldn't be running in an excess. This is doing okay. Not really hiccuping too much. There's slight hiccups, I guess. But what I could do, let me shut this off for a short little while. Turn it back on when I am ready to continue producing. In the meantime, I guess what I can do is I can turn on another one of these workshops to satisfy my not employees, my town. Give them some gadgets, resources. Tide them over for a little bit. Okay. So once that's done, I should realistically consider looking towards finding a way to generate purple coins, because that's where all my research is purple coins, purple coins, purple coins. What the fuck is a mana reactor and why is it so expensive to research? Enchanted book can be made by upgrading my books. How do I enchant my books? Presumably with an enchanter. What does a steam generator do? Other than generate steam. Steam power. Steam generators can send steam via pressure to various buildings and through steam pipes. Steam will increase production speed, but will not replace the need for a heat/fuel source. Interesting. Yes. Power per unit. This is probably something I'll need to look into, one would think. Because by improving the production rate and I guess by utilizing steam will probably be a good way to process fertilizer later down the line, one would think. Because I could just have a big depot where I pump all my shit to, and then you can use wood as fuel. I didn't even realize that. I mean, as far as like cost, it costs 2 red coins, where coal only costs 1 red coin, but fertilizer is free. So if I can use fertilizer to upgrade my coal, that could be like good. Hello universe. How's it going? I built a steam generator, but I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Got metal conveyor belts slowly being produced, but not really, because I turned the machine off for a second to give my line. Still can't send me pics, but I'll still look at them after the stream. I just can't see them during the stream. Oh man, that is very close to 1600. I'm like getting real excited because soon I'll have new conveyor belts and then I can start refactoring systems, but I'm realizing I need to wait till I hit level 10 base before I should refactor anything. What are your plans? How are you gonna get to that last bit? Make your town folks happy enough to hit the illustrious perfect score and beat Factory Town? I guess you saw me looking at a steam generator. Do you use steam power in your town? Is it worth looking into? These are upgrading. Turn all these back on for now, I guess. Oh wait, I turned off the entire system, so having workers in this is not going to help me. I guess I can turn these ones back on. People need more spellbooks and magic supplies. I feel like those are probably annoying to make, aren't they? Magic robes and wards. I saw that. I think magic robes is what I need to look towards to get started earning purple coins. It's the actual like assembly process, if I remember correctly from looking at. I need to put down an enchanter so I can look at its recipes. I had one sitting somewhere, I thought. Maybe not. Yeah, it's not actually that ridiculous to make compared to some of the other stuff. I guess some of it's not that wild, just the health potion's a little rough right off the bat. Can make an elixir, ooh. Using water power, oh I see, there's like different elemental powers you have to worry about. And the different spellbooks sell for different colored coins, that's good to note. Okay. take... Okay, they do take enchanted books. Alright. I feel like I should build a line to make magic robes and start bringing those over to my town. Because right now, all of this is doing nothing. I'll delete that and replace it once I figured out where I want it to go. Okay. How's this? This barn's almost full. So I'm like 1/3 of the way, or 1/4 of the way almost to having all of the, this. Yeah. Seems weird that purple's earth. Like, seems like it'd be green, but I guess I understand the idea of not wanting to put green crystals on green grass with green trees and green bushes. I guess it makes a little more sense now. Okay. How does mana power work exactly? Because I haven't dug into that yet. I know you need rechargers. I need a mana transmitter for stuff. Earth should be brown. Yeah, brown's not very colorful, and there's a lot of brown in this game. Brown and green are like the two colors you'd think to make Earth, but they're also the two colors that everything is already. I have a mana transmitter. So I guess realistically I don't need to build near this system if I just pipe my stuff around. Pipes. Need mana pipes, which are made by magic forges and sell for advanced things. How do I make a mana pipe? A mana pipe takes a regular pipe and a mana crystal. And a lot of fuel. Didn't consider that part. Okay, maybe, do you have to have mana crystals? Oh, you probably do have to have them in a network in order to actually use them for power, don't you? You can't just like pump them into a machine. Yeah, okay. I'll get started on that, and then hopefully by then I'll have metal conveyors fully backlogged. Okay. So I need to make steam pipes. I guess I should worry about that. Do you make them at forges or do you make them at workshops? There's a forge that I can click on without having to die. Transmitter puts them on the grid, okay. So you just pump into the transmitter and then they're on the grid. Then you use them and you pump them out and you recharge them. It's a forge. Why can I not find them? They're over here. Okay, no, so you do make them at workshops. There's a workshop that I can click on. Here's tons of workshops I can click on. No. What the heck? How do I make a steam pipe? Make it at a machine shop, duh. Ah, yeah. Okay, they're not too expensive, they're just time consuming. So, oh geez. Let's build some mines over here. And work on this. My game is not liking me. There we go. Okay. So I don't need a massive infrastructure. But what I could do is I have all of this... Uh-oh, I fucked up my sandwich setup. By selling all of my sandwiches instead of not selling all of my sandwiches. So let me do this real quick. Okay, can't afford to have that collapse right now. I know I have a lot of fertilizer that's just hanging out that I'm not necessarily utilizing. But I need to like take it from the system. Yeah. Eventually, once I get a level 10 base, this whole setup is getting rebuilt because it fucking sucks. I'm not gonna worry about fertilizer for that, I'm just gonna get coal. Or I guess No, never mind. I'm losing my mind. I should explore the packager at some point as well. That seems like it could be a lot of fun. Alright, here's a mine. So 1 mine. Oh, did you see in the patch notes universe they changed it so your things don't auto-collect or auto-manage resources by default, and you don't have to worry about gathering the wrong things? I like that change. Okay. Oh, let me think. This would be producing 4. Yeah, I don't need to go hard on this, so I'm not going to. Just throw the mine way over on the other side and they'll meet in the middle and make beautiful pipe babies. I guess I should at least make sure I'm meeting the time demand to build 1, so I will want 2 regular mines. Get iron. Build a forge. Right here. Yeah. There. Yeah. Put that. Put that. Get some grabbers. And this is going to be the most beautiful setup I've ever made. I don't know why, like, when I'm thinking, I'm like, I need to get the grabber, I can't just, like, mentally process that. I have to click through all my menus for a little while. Okay. And I'll want to change the direction using a silo. And I guess I'll change the direction twice, so I'll build it here and then here. I can build a machine shop directly in front of this machine shop. Okay, and then I'll probably want a couple of barns at least to store this stuff. Buildings, no tools, flatten down. Get rid of these stupid hills. The world must be flat. So, universe, I was thinking, this is going to be way off, but I feel like a good opportunity for me to utilize and explore what are they, railroads later down the line is for fishing, because fishing is something that I cannot I can't confine it to a specific space, so if I have massive infrastructures. Okay, yeah, you're right. 1 for pipes and 1 for mana pipes, so I can kind of feed it and use a splitter and just divide it between the 2. I guess I'll have it go 2 directions and my mana pipe barn will feed that way for now. Build it over this line. Yeah, I got what you were saying. Okay, 1 silo this way. Guess 1 silo this way just to keep it consistent. I think I'll build 2 barns. And I'll build more than that, so this will keep running for a while. Build like 3 barns, and then so I'll have 1,000's worth of resources by default, and then I'll build the actual infrastructure for the mana ones later because they have another step has to get backed up. Your ISP is throttling. Oh yeah, Charter Internet. Everyone loves Charter. This is gonna be really weird, but I'm getting like massive deja vu right now, which doesn't make any sense because obviously this has never happened. You and I have never interacted in this way before. But I get deja vu a lot. I don't know what it is. It's just, it's always been a thing. I always feel like what's happened has already happened. So that'll go there. I need to actually input into this barn if I want to use it. And I haven't seen, oh wow. Okay, the metal conveyors do go very fast, and to the extent where I'm glad that in the video settings they also added you can slow down your conveyor belt animations. Because I think I will lose my mind if I watch those go at full speed. Oh, that is beautiful. So this is my first time placing the metal conveyors, and I have to say I'm a big fan. I'll have to test their transfer rate later once it comes time to actually oh my gosh, it's going straight into the barn. I'm so stupid. These need to be all one block over. Okay. Now it should work. Okay, this one is working. So all these will fill up in due time. Oh, but this is not outputting. Man, that coal is going crazy down that hill. Alright. This will fill up eventually. These will all fill up eventually. Now I need the second step, which is the the magical forge. Since these systems aren't outputting consistently, I don't feel bad about leeching from them to build this, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, magical forge. Nanopipes count towards advanced gadgets. I think you were right about that. It said they were worth like 2 purple coins and sold, yeah, advanced gadgets. 1 mana crystal and 8 fuel. I am not currently. That's full. Pump this into it. Yeah, I'll set. I want to build a large, same situation, I want like a lot in storage, but I'll definitely build like a thing off the end of it so that once I do eventually fill what I've got, I'll be good to go. Is this not? Oh, because this is not traversable. There we go. Okay, so now I need to input the pipes. I'm way over here. I feel like I could get away with still using cloth conveyors here, although it's not really going to matter because pretty soon I'm not going to have them. I guess the incentive is to get them out of the shared storage they're in. And once I've used them all, I've used them all. And then at that point I should have enough metal ones that I don't have to worry about it anyway. Beautiful. Okay, now I need to designate this with a permanent storage location, much like this setup over here, except I planned for this. Where do I want to put these so that they're not getting wrecked by anything? Here's my potatoes. Do I care about my potatoes? Probably shouldn't delete my potatoes. I guess I do need to move in this direction because I plan on selling the excess. I could build a railway, that could be fun, but also expensive. What do rails count as? Are they in the path section? They are. Allows minecart movement. Let's do it. Let's build a railway, my first railway. Just for the sake of doing it, mostly. And it will allow me to become more familiar with it. So, I want my pipe storage to be floating above this river. So, how large is my workspace? So one barn here, another barn, third barn. Okay, so I can fit 3 barns. One nice thing about rails, carts don't take a work. They don't? Oh, okay, that seems like that's an opportunity I've really been missing then. If I had paid attention to that, I would have started building them a lot sooner. Design this so that pipes can go under it just in case. So this will hold up to 1200 mana pipes, which is an unreasonably large amount. I don't think I'll realistically need to have that many in storage, but in fact, why would I do that even? I don't need that much in storage. So let's not do that. Okay, yeah. The head cold is coming back. I'm losing cognizance. There was a brief period of time at work where I was able to function, and I thought I was okay, but now it's all going downhill. Okay. Whoops. I guess it might not be too ridiculous to have a lot of storage if I'm designing my system in a way that it isn't going to be very fast to fill. But I think this is a good opportunity to use a metal conveyor belt. So I'll have one barn on the end that everything gets dropped off at. I want this one to be, to be special. This one gets to have a stone archway. So does my central path. Just deleted some scaffold that I will never be able to replace. Okay, I can see where it is actually. That wasn't that bad. Structural blocks, stone bridge. Beautiful, unique. Okay, barn. Path, metal conveyor. Okay, and this the final result is going to need to go to the magical goods store. Just have a silo here. But I need splitters, or pushers rather. So okay, so that will ensure that my inventories fill up first, and then finally they'll go to the silo. Okay, so how do I build rails? Need build a cute little station here, I guess. And then I'll use this to figure out how to start placing rails. Structural blocks with bridge. Beautiful. Some people run mana pipes all over the map. 4-lane conveyor and circling. I think right now, I see where you're going with that. I feel like I'll probably use mine relatively locally for now. It sounds like it sounds like a good way to get started until I have a more. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll see. I'll figure it out. For now, I should probably start outputting this. To make life easier, let me build a barn above all of this that this is all getting piped into. That way it'll start stocking an inventory, and also I can figure out life. Transmitting via pipes from the temples is the fastest. Yeah. Do tangled pipes like jam or anything, or are pipes kind of like free passage, so to say? Oh, I did that. It's not gonna let me do that. Beautiful mana pipe. Okay. I'll copy what I did over here just for aesthetics. I can't copy what I did over there because I have a different shaped setup. So instead, I'll change the setup of this. Pipes become a wall. Okay. I do know what you're talking about with Tron. Hilariously enough, I have not seen the movie, but I played... and to be fair, I haven't seen the old movie or the new movie, but I played Kingdom Hearts, and they had the Tron segment in Kingdom Hearts 2, which, tell you what, seemed both really out of place, and, as someone who never saw the movies, just like, is like, what is this? But, got my grips on. What was I? Oh yeah, I was copying this. Oh yeah, what? Also, it's like, oh yeah, play GTA 5. They've got those bikes or whatever. Okay. Rails. Let me put down some rails. Whoa. A rail stop. Access type. Output. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Is that what the pipe connectors are for then? Is it would let you utilize the same space and have pipes go over each other in opposite directions. Pretty much. It's every Disney franchise, but also the Final Fantasy franchise. I played 1 and 2 and then some of the handheld games, but the series has evolved so much and it's on pretty much every gaming console known to man, has some exclusive that I just gave up on trying to play the games. Okay. Room. Connectors are for connecting to buildings. Okay. That automatically, when you stop the line, you draw on a building. So if the pipe is facing directly into the building, it will go into that building, but if it's not, then you need to use a connector. Is that what you're saying? Oops. Oh shit, this is only one level above the ground. What the hell did I saw like a thought bubble like under the surface of the wall. Oh jeez. My guys apparently have finished mining all of their rocks, so I can delete them and this infrastructure. The whole deleting the infrastructure part will happen later, probably. I will delete my people. Using the handy dandy new selection tool. It still only selects one person, though. I guess I should actually delete everything, because otherwise it's just a waste of resources. How much of this is even full? Almost none of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I've encountered a bug. I've encountered the floating stone brick. Okay, I deleted it. Crisis averted. Can use logistics and possibly compute blocks in the mana pipe network, but people have reported bugs. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to get to a point where I can use compute blocks. I mean, obviously I have to research them first, but having networks that are complex enough to warrant it, but still having it being used in a non-trivial fashion. Because obviously it's like, oh, I could throw some compute blocks on something just for the hell of it, but like if it's just there, like, what's the point? All this on my beautification. Yeah, I'll keep the beautification on this just cause I can. This portion of my setup will survive, I suppose. Okay. Reclaim all of this, and more importantly, reclaim the space. Because this is now prime land. I like decorating things. I wish this game had more to decorate with, but I also understand why it doesn't, and since the best decoration, you know, lamps are basically off limits, there's only so much you can do. The real secret is the only reason I put fences on walls is because you can't stack fences. Otherwise I would just have really tall fences everywhere. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot on my railways I need to have benches. I'm almost like willing to break the no lamp rule, but I won't be that bad. Here, that's what I should do. 2 benches and then a flower box in the middle. And I'll build here. This is what I can do. Structural blocks, half stairs. There we go. Oh wait, so then the actual shape should be, no, not that way. This way. Then the bench, and then you have the entrance. This one's gonna be harder to do, so I'm not gonna do it. And I forgot that this is only 1 block, so I'm actually going to raise this because I don't want it that close to the ground. I sense issues with it being that close to the ground. I feel like I'll get to a point where I need to move things via pipe underneath it, and then it'll just all go to shit because I can't. Yeah, it does seem like odd that it doesn't, but also at the end of the day, the city building aspect is more of like just a thin veil to add purpose to the game instead of it being a core facet. I still stand firmly behind the belief that this is an assembly line simulator and nothing more than that. Okay. I think I'm probably zoomed too far out to do this, but it's working so far. Go through the trees, go into the trees. Perfect. I actually have to go up higher still, so I probably should. And probably do it before I enter the trees. I'll do this. And then convert it to this, and then that's level there. Oops. I don't have to delete all of these natural berry bushes. Oh, it is actually only a 1 block difference. Okay, now let me place some rail down. That's not rail. Little Ford and his assembly lines. You can have your car in any color you want as long as it's black. Okay. Interesting. How did I did this in a way that it... Oh, that's because it's the back side of the barn, so of course then that's a rail stop by default that says, hey, this is input. Okay. That makes sense. I'm like, how did it know? Okay, and can. Yeah, I like Grand Rapids. I've been to the museum. Not very much though. Trying to think if, like, dig back into the depths of my memory and think if I can actually remember any of the things I saw while I was there, and I don't think I can. Okay, so minecart needs wagon wheels. I should probably make some of those. Wagon wheels made at a machine shop as well, so I'm kind of like double dipping, but I can't utilize everything from here anyway, so... Yeah, the Henry Ford Museum. Come on, let me turn my camera. Is my like middle mouse dying? Hope not. I suppose this is a very middle mouse intensive game, and I could be wearing down on it finally. Or I think the game's just a little buggy when you have something selected, because seems like it's working. Both. I remember the whale skeleton one, that's just the Grand Rapids Public Museum, but I don't really remember much about the Henry Ford Museum. To be fair, mentally I don't retain a whole lot of facts. I'm much more of like a procedural memory person, so that's part of it. Yeah, I like the planetarium. It was really cool. We'd go to that museum a lot as a kid. Okay, the machine shop here. Yes. Wheels. I'm trying to think how many wheels I need to have. Probably not a massive amount, but I'll build some, because you can never have too many. just steal resources from here. Okay. Once all these are filled up, it won't really matter, and then this will be outputting and making just an endless stream of wagon wheels. Do I need to complete this circuit on the rail, or can a rail... Actually, I have an idea. Will a rail car just bump into the end and turn around? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I guess it would make sense to name a planetarium after him, but that's kind of sad. Let me place this and see what happens. Rail car. Forward. Okay, it just stops. Back. Nope. It ain't gonna let me. Stop. Back. No. Okay, so it does need to be a loop. Alright. Oh, you just said that. Okay, so then what I can do, since this will be the only cart on the track, I don't really have to worry about this. Will this work? Can I do that? Oh, it's completely broken now. It doesn't understand. Doesn't understand that there's a... I guess I'll delete it and place a new one. He was from Grand Rapids, only astronaut to ever know come out of Michigan. That's, yeah, like, I don't really know of a lot of astronauts, cause I'm trying to think, cause like, I know we've got, like, the airport here in town, so there's like a big airport. It's like, where do you, I mean, I guess you move to Florida if you want to be an astronaut, I guess, but like, oh, they are. That seems odd, because what, Cape Canaveral's in Florida. It's like, where does one go to become an astronaut? Apparently, the Midwest. And I guess you don't have to be at NASA to learn to be an astronaut, but you do have to go there to be an American astronaut. Okay, so if I tell this to go now, it should work. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, they go through the Air Force, I guess that makes sense. As far as the actual throughput of this is concerned, this is not. Okay, so... oh, it goes real slow uphill, doesn't like that. Is there a way to build these so that they connect together? Because I could put 3... What the f... Ah, no, go back! Okay, so it crashed into its friend. Okay, now they're going. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I have to, like, stop it. But it won't listen to me. Now they're jammed into each other. Okay, they're all gonna, like, daisy chain, but I think they're gonna bump into each other. They're recruited. Interesting. Okay, so this system is not multiple car friendly. I'm just gonna like waste a bunch of pipes by mistake. Okay. I guess what I could do is make this a full loop. In fact, that's probably what I should be doing. I wanted to be lazy about it and just have like a cool little turnaround, but I can't link them together, so gotta do what you gotta do. I think this is high enough to scale these buildings. It should be. guess I'll do that before I build the rest of the line, make sure I can actually go above the buildings. Nope, gotta go up more. Then this should be good. Just go through my machine shops. Okay. This means, though, I should have their... Once my carts have dropped off, their primary direction should not be this direction, because otherwise they're going to go up a massive hill. It's going to take them forever. Seems a little odd that I can't, like, seem to clone a rail, so I guess that'd be a reason to put it on my hotbar. Let's put it on my secondary hotbar that I haven't been using at all, but now that I have something on there that I want, maybe I'll start using it. That's not gonna work. Here, and then here, and we have a full loop, which means we can have multiple carts running. They're gonna drop off all their stuff, then go really slow up the hill, but I'm gonna have to stop them and turn them around. No, I was hoping I could stop them all while they were on the hill so that they'd be nice and spaced out evenly. I guess they'll work their kinks out. Raise the whole track if it's level. Yeah. You seem to be right about that. It's non-critical enough that I think I'll leave this as terrible as it is for the time being until I'm ready to have a more dedicated assembly line for mana pipes. But yeah, it's definitely not going to cut it in the long run. And then how are... Oh, is this even outputting? Oh yeah, of course, it's all forced to go into one. Let me set up the line to the specialty goods store real quick. Oh, I guess I'll go over everything in several stages. Okay, I'm actually selling... I'm selling my... Okay, I didn't do this right. I wanted to be cheeky about it, but as a result, it's not going to work. I'm selling my metal conveyors, which means my inventory of them is full. The next question is, do I turn off my cloth conveyor system? And I think the answer is still no. But I should turn off my extra workshop, wherever that one is. I think it's this one. They're all turned off. It's this one. Because yeah, I only need 2 workshops running to supply it with enough wagon wheels. That will, since I'm saturated that field, they can't consume the resources fast enough. What other lines do I need to worry about? The rest are all fine right now. I'll need to wait till I've upgraded my town and I have increased consumption. Let's build a ramp. I like ramps. There you go. Now it goes over. It's the perfect height. use a silo to get it down to the height for the specialty goods store. I don't think the silo is gonna reach. It'll be, yeah, that's correct. That'll work. Okay, I can use cloth conveyors for now because it's not gonna be high throughput. Actually, no, I shouldn't be using cloth conveyors. I need to get in the habit of building everything with metal conveyors now, regardless of whether or not it needs it, because I don't have... It's the only thing I have supplies of at this point. Because none of my cloth conveyors are actually leaving the system, or entering the system, I should say. So once I've used what's in these barns, that's it. Which, I mean, it's good. It'll be just a straight upgrade. This line seems to be doing fine. I haven't checked up on this in a while. My limiting factor is poultice, oddly enough. Only for one of these. Let me guess, this one isn't being delivered poultice. That's probably what's happening. It's receiving cloth, it's receiving ointment, but poultice is outputting, and it is only outputting to one of these, I think. No, it's outputting to both. I guess it's just not meeting demand. So what I should do is build another farm. Ramp at the end will bring the goods down. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't even... I'll tell you a secret. I don't have conveyors on my hotbar. I have chutes. And then I just copy conveyors off of everything. I should probably... Oh, here, I'll put metal conveyor on my hotbar, and then I'll put chutes on my secondary hotbar. There we go. I need more herb. It's because these are at full capacity. So I need to change this line. Yeah, I don't have it. Oh, F3. No, I didn't realize that. Yeah, the default line has it all built. Yeah, you're right, it's on there. It's still the cloth conveyor belt. But I didn't set that. I didn't know about it because I am too lazy to press the function keys. There you go. Okay, that there. I don't even think I'll need to... Let's see, 2 and 4 seconds, and I might need to keep that the way it is. Alright, plant some more herbs. Build another farm. This one will only output to the workshop that is making poultice. Put a silo here. Honestly, what I need F4. I see, yeah, it's got my mana pipes on it. One thing I should do is, for F4, I should put a lot of my common logistic blocks on it. Grabber, splitter, pusher, and last but not least, let's do... Those are the 3 I usually use. Yeah, it was, one of the streams you weren't here for, I actually, my economy was imbalanced enough that I completely ran out of red coins, so I looked at things that were worth red coins and saw that they're worth red coins. So that's why I'm making them. Because of critical failure. Okay, and now hopefully the line will be sped up a bit more now that I will not be able to meet my demand. Hopefully. I'm wondering why these aren't running out, but this was running out. Once these grow, these will be better. But I should just expand this whole infrastructure. The space over here is not valuable enough to risk the reduction in productivity. Farming herbs. Okay. Eventually, no, this still isn't meeting. Still is not meeting demand. So I need like a fourth farm. Yeah, because this is going as fast as it can. Unless I'm running out of things because these haven't finished growing. Maybe that's what it was. Nope, that's not what it was. So I guess I'll build another farm. Okay, more herbs. And then I'll delete these ones even though they just finished growing. Trevor. Yes, well, no. I haven't finally done away with the wagon wheels. There's still some remnants of them. Okay, no, I guess I did. I shut off everything. And now they're being used at demand. So I guess, yes, technically speaking, now I have done away with wagon wheels. Their assembly line lays barren. But I believe the demand is still being met. I guess I should check. Yeah, Gadget's demand is mostly being met. At some point I'll tear down the line, but not right now. Okay. Let's feed this into this. And I don't think it'll be a problem. Foresee my throughput being too much of an issue. No dairy. Yeah, I still have been getting too distracted. I still haven't made dairy, but it's on the to-do list. It's like it's next on the to-do list, but it's always next on the to-do list. There we go. Now I have a constant output. In fact, this assembly line needs to be upgraded because it's running into each other, and I won't stand for that. It's unfortunate because a lot of these systems I did not design in a way that it'll be easy to upgrade their lines, but it'll be something that needs to be done. Like this one, for instance. This one's easy to upgrade, so this is an outlier. Wow, look at that speed. Like same thing, all of these need to be upgraded as well, but the town can't even consume all of it, so it doesn't really do me any good. Now we're actually seeing throughput on this dramatically improved. At some point I'm going to need to actually sit down and calculate how many items per second the conveyor belt conveyor belts can take, so I can design my systems better, but right now is not that time. Okay. Doing better now. No, we're not. is my issue. This is gathering. This is gathering. This is gathering. They're all gathering. So that's not the limiting factor. It's just... Oh. Duh. Oh, this isn't going to be a problem. I don't have to worry about the input from this immediately. Has to worry about it because it's the sticking point. Okay, there we go. Now it should be good. I have 2 things feeding into it. I probably need 2 things feeding out of it. Okay. There we go on that front. What I was saying, next I should do dairy, but of course it's like, oh, I should maybe do enchanted robes so that I can get purple coins. I don't know. I'm at a point, it's 3:40, should probably get off. I have to get up earlier for work tomorrow than I normally do. I've experimented with some things, I've learned some new stuff. Thank you for the help, universe. I'm sorry you just showed up, Trevor, and I'm about to get off, but I know how you act and how you be. You've probably been playing League this whole time, so... Just kidding, I'm not... You're allowed to play League, Trevor, I'm not saying that. But, I'll see you guys around, and thanks for coming out.